Joe's here, Joy's here, Joy's here, Joy U's here, Junior's here. Oh, I've missed a whole other. Marcia, how are you? Thank you for joining us all the way from London, I believe. And we've got Michael here, Miguel here, and going down them. Tarek here, Terrence, get down to the bottom. Zuma is here, Zoom's here, and Zoom user, Zoom user, you're always here. You are always here. If everybody called themselves Zoom user, wow, is Zoom your first name? Just kidding. Just kidding. Do you know who's never here? Samsung. I used to always see Samsung and an iPhone, but now it's. I never see Samsung. He's gone. Or Nokia. Nokia's long gone. Well, not for me. Not for me. Remember this little guy? Hey, hey, hey. I still got him. That's my little Nokia. Imagine, hey, we're going to do cryptocurrency in 10 years. Do you believe me? Hello, Nokia. We're going to do cryptocurrency in 10 years. Hey, isn't that incredible? Look at the size of the wee screen. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Damn, I've got this guy. Look at this guy. The size of that. Wee screen, big buttons. Now it's big screen, no buttons. Incredible, 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 incredible. Wow. And we've 161 on tonight. That's as good as any night. And Sunday's not a great day for everybody. I understand. We most of us say a few prayers on a Sunday. That's fine. In my time zone, it's late in the evening, and I think it's acceptable. We can prepare for the week ahead. That's all it's doing. Getting together with the team members, preparing the business for the week ahead, and then and and then we roll out our week's activity. So let's get moving, guys, and we get this show started. How do we do that? We do this, and then we do that. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this short training. When I say short, I don't know how long it's going to be, but it's going to be as long as it's going to be. And you'll find out at the end exactly how long it'll be. Sometimes it's 90 minutes, something like that. Sometimes a little bit less. But the idea is to help our new affiliates, those of you that joined in the week past, just to give you a little bit of foundation, a little bit of understanding. We go into the presentation that you might have seen during the week, and we talk about our products, and we talk about our comp plan, and we talk a little bit about the owners again, and then we do a little bit of business building and mindset and stuff like that. So it's just an easy paced. I call it information evening. What you should do is probably be watching this on a big screen. Always, 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 when you're getting your guests to come to a presentation, uh, ask them three or four things. Say, can you go to a quiet place in the house to watch this? And they look at you, go, what? Yeah, could you go to a quiet place in the house? This is quite important. Oh, and could you turn off social media and all distractions? Huh? Yeah, can you turn off social media? And in fact, I'd prefer you to log in on an iPad or a computer. Right? I've only got a phone. Well, when you have got the phone, you've got all the social media going on. Somebody could ring you, and you're walking around not paying attention because you have to watch your steps. But when you're on a computer, they're generally seated, so you've got their attention. Does that make sense? If you're trying to build a business, try and set the appointment up correctly. Do me a big favor. I want you to be on time. I don't want you to be late. Do me another favor. Go to a quiet place in the house. I'd like you to turn off all distractions of social media, and I'd like you to watch it on a big screen. If you don't have a computer, could you beam your smartphone to your smart TV? And then you can see it in full size, because there's going to be a lot of numbers, a lot of talk. It's like going to the movies. The bigger the picture, the better the image. So, and that's really, pen and paper is also very good. You want to get your pen, one of these, and you also want to get your notebook, one of these. And while you're doing that, you want your phone battery pack on charger, so it can be charging while you're taking notes. And you need to immerse yourself in the business. Your Aurum shopping bag, where is it there? And people say, "What's Aurum?" When I have friends, cousins, relatives that come to the house, what's this Aurum thing? I said, "Oh, I wouldn't have time to explain it to you, but But since you mentioned, if I sent you a link to some information, would you take a look at it? It's an incredible business. Yeah, what kind of business? Well, I don't really have time to explain it, but who do you know is interested in making more money this year than they made last year? Or who do you know is interested in making more money in 26 than they've made in 2024 and 2025 combined? Who do I know? Yeah, who do you know is interested in making more money in 2026 than they've made in 2024 and 2025 combined? Well, everybody. But like, who do you know? My uncle. Why? Why does he want to make more money? He was a lorry driver. He's I think he's either he's lost his job or he's been given his notice. He's no work. Oh, okay. Well, what's his name? And who else do you know? Uh, um, my brother's wife has a hairdressing shop down the town, and it's not doing well. She's thinking she could be doing more money. Oh, great. What's her name? Diane. And who else? Uh, uh, well, me. You're interested in making more money. You? Yeah, me. I'm interested in making more. How does it work? Well, I didn't think you were interested, but since you mentioned it, if I were to send you a link to some information, would you take a look at it? Yeah, yeah, send me the link. So, did I mention Brian Benson? Did I mention AI? Did I mention robots? Did I mention trading? Did I mention Aurum? But I got myself a prospect that I put on the presentation because the presentation is the shop window of your business. So somebody else explains it instead of you because your guest knows you. They know your past, they know your failures, they know your wins, they know what you do for a living, and they judge you. Oh, you're a nurse. What do you know about AI robotic trading? Oh, you're a taxi driver. What do you know? Oh, you're not even working and you're going to tell me how to make money? You know, all these excuses. So the best way is for say nothing until you can say everything. Say nothing until you can say everything or get somebody else to say it. Um, so that's just a little tip because lots of people get rejection and we don't like rejection. I remember in the old days, you go to the dance and you want to ask the girl or for a dance, and you don't want her to say no, and you send your friend go and see what she danced with me. Why? Because we don't want rejection. And when we go to the shop and you walk in the shop door and somebody comes up, a greeter says, "Hey, how are you, sir? Is there anything I can help you with today?" And you go, "No, no, no, thanks. I'm just having a look." Rubbish! You're just having a look. The girl asked you, "Was there anything she could help you with today?" And you said, "No, I'm just having a little look." Didn't you say that? Why? Because the barrier comes up straight away, automatic. So if you try and sell Aurum, up comes the barrier. You need to know how to get around the barrier, guys. I know how to do it, but you got to learn it, right? And it takes time, it takes practice, and that's some of the little things that we can work on. So I want to give you a few tips for success. I'm not really qualified as anything. I never had a job in my life. I never had an interview in my life. I don't know what an interview is. I think you sit down and somebody asks you questions. I've never been to an interview. I've always worked for myself. I'm an entrepreneur. Um, I started business when I was 11, I think. 11, yeah, 11. And then I started another business when I was 13. And I started another business when I was 13, 14, maybe 14. So the first business was I was taking a little pony, little horse. I took it down to the beach because we lived beside the beach. And we used to give pony rides up and down the beach and allow the visitors to get a little ride on the pony. And I used to collect all the money. And that was my first little business when I think I was 11 years old. And then I went to school. And at school, I had a different business. I was the guy that went to school. Do you know the PE bag, physical education bag, where you have your sports gear for school? Well, all the classes had, you had biology, and then you had physics, and then you had math, and then you had English, and then you had French, and then you had, I don't know, science, and then you had PE, physical education. We loved that one, and we got 2 periods a week, two in a row in a week. And on that day, you brought your PE bag along with your school bag, and all the PE gear was in the PE bag. You understand, right? Well, I was the guy that brought the PE bag every day, and there was no sports gear in it. There was sweeties. Do you know what sweeties are? And there was crisps and drinks. So my father had a hardware store, and I went to the wholesaler with my dad, and I said, "Dad, can I buy this box of 48 these here biscuits? And can I buy this? And can I?" So I started buying these things and taking it to school. And I was heavily weighed on one arm, going through the school. And here's why I started that business, because I noticed at the break time, all the kids went in a line up to the tuck shop to try and get something for the break. And there's a big, big, long line. And by the time, if you were at the end of that line, the bell went, you had to go back to class. You missed your break because you were queuing for the shop. So I figured out, wow, I'll have a shop, but it's open all day. So in between the periods when you went from one classroom to the next classroom, people, hey, can I have this and can I have that and can I have that? So then I used to take orders, so I knew what they wanted before they got here, and I was making a fortune. I was making more than the school shop, so that was another business. And but anyway, there's the big story about my entrepreneurship. Um, and some funny stories. I'll tell you them another day. But anyway, there's no point in me showing you how to build this business until I know why you want to build it. Big thing there, guys. There's no point showing someone how to build it until you know why they want to build the business. Now, you see, when you know someone's why, that's called their hot button. What turns them on? What gets them excited about it? Why? What is their need? You see, our product has to satisfy a need. Yeah. And in some of the companies, they have these health products and say, hey, if you take this product, it makes you be strong. Or if you take this product, it does this. Or if you take this product, it makes you do that. And the people were selling all of these products, but people didn't want that. What people wanted was more money. So our product is not AI. It's not trading. It's not Brian Benson robots. It's more money. So who do you know wants more money? Write that down. Who do you know wants more money? Your church, your mosque on a Sunday, hardly. Yeah. Your temple, your charity, your next door neighbor. Who else wants more money? Your government. Who else? The school. Who else? The health board. Who else wants more money? Your best friend. Who else wants more money? All the shopkeepers. Who else wants more money? Every employee is working for more money. So our product is more money. And when you can give people more money, that's what we sell, more money. So when I ask someone, I don't say, excuse me, have you heard of Brian Benson from Binance? This guy from Binance, like he used to work for Morgan Stanley and now he's doing this trading thing. He's got these robots, it's called XAEA something. And it does this, and you kind of like, it makes 27,000% a weekend. What? What were you eating? What have you been eating? What's wrong with you? So you have to dampen down the business. It's different a presentation. It's a formal, structured presentation. But in ordinary life, outside the presentation, your job is to get guests to the meeting. Your job is to get, I suppose, potential customers and potential distributors to the event. And the meeting, the Zoom, is the shop window. And the more people you can have passing the shop window and they look in, they go, oh, there's a shop. Oh, what's in here? And that's why the shops always dress up the shop window, because you're walking by, you look in and go, I like it. That looks great. Look at this. Come on in, we'll try this. The shop window is your Zoom meeting, and the more people you're passing the shop, the more customers you're going to get. Now, the person with the most customers on the Zoom is going to have the biggest business, no doubt. No doubt about it. Yeah. So your job is to try and get people in front of the information. So how do you do it? I've already said at the beginning how I do it. I said, who do you know is interested in making more money in 2026 than they've made in this last 2 years combined? Who do you know? Everybody. Everybody. So now you've got from Are you interested in AI, robot, Brian Benson, blah, blah, blah? No, I wouldn't be interested in that. No, I don't know anything about AI. Oh, no, I don't have crypto. You're going to get rejection, 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 rejection. Eliminate rejection. People want more money. If I could show you how to make more money in 26 than you've made in this last 2 years combined, would you give me 45 minutes of your time? Yep. Okay. If I send you a link to the information, would you look at it? Yep. Okay. What are you doing tomorrow at 9? What are you doing tomorrow at 8? Depending on the time zone. What are you doing tomorrow at 2? Okay. I'll send you a link to the information. I want you to do me a big favor. I want you to go to a quiet place in the house. No distractions. I want you to turn off social media and I want you to watch it on the computer. What? Yes, this is serious. Do you want to make more money next year than you made in this last 2 years? Do what I tell you. Right, right, okay, okay. And I don't want you to be late. And I want you to take notes. And guess what else is going to happen? I'm going to call you when it's over. So now they're expecting your call once the Zoom is over. And you've only one question to ask them. Have you decided how much you'd like to put in to the AI bot? Have you decided already? You don't say, well, what do you think of the presentation? Did you like that bit where the Bitcoin went from 0.7 all the way to? No. You have one question for them. It's called assuming the business. You assume they're in the business after the presentation. Hey, wasn't that fantastic? Have you already decided how much you'd like to put in the XI bot? Yeah, well, which one was that? Then you know they weren't listening. Or, oh yeah, yeah, I was thinking, yeah, it sounds good. Say, listen, and you jump in quick and say, listen, let's have a look at my account. I started 4 days ago. I've made $11 in 4 days. That doesn't sound like much. Do you remember the guy showed us on the computer? The 500 became 882. Do you remember the 10,000 went to 20,000? The more you can do in that bot, the more you can make money. Wow. Yeah, yeah. I'll give that a shot. Here, let me set you up with a free account. What? Let me set you up with a free account now. Right. Right. Okay. Now it's going to cost $20 if you want it infected, but I'm going to get you registered at least because you can go in the back office, have a look around. Yeah. You can't buy any products, can't make any money, but at least it lets you in. Okay. So now you're registering customers. Does that make sense? So moving on, we want to find out why that person joined the business because the why is important. And what we need to do is the first steps to success is make something, make a something, right? Make an apple tart. No, 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 no. Make a loaf of bread. No, 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 no. Make a joke. Yes, I always make jokes. No. Make what? A list? No, not make a list. Make a plan. No, 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 no. Anybody who was on this training last week knows the answer. And if you don't, you didn't write it down. Make a decision. All about decisions. The decisions you've made in the past have you to where you are today. The decisions you've made in the past have brought you exactly to where you are today. What job, what career, what school, what interview, what business you looked at, the decision. If Tom rang me up and asked me to look at Aurum and I said, no, not for me, I'm too busy. The decision I made would have avoided me seeing this business and doing what I'm doing. The decision. When you were younger, you said you wanted to be a cowboy, an Indian, an actor, a singer, a rock star, a nurse, a doctor, a policeman. We have these dreams when we were kids, and them dreams disappeared. And you are what you are, and it's probably not the same thing you wanted to be when you were a kid. Why? Because your decisions have taken you exactly where you are. A job came up, yeah, I'll try that one. Yeah. Why? Because you wanted more money. You didn't want that job. You wanted more money. The reason you work in the job you work is for more money. If you own a business, let's say you have a small business, you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business, you're self-employed, it's because you want more money. My brother's a painter. He paints houses, yeah? He gets up at 7 in the morning. He stands outside, freezing. It's freezing here in the winter. Freezing. Sometimes it's wet. And he sits with a big hood over it, stands outside for a van to come. And the van pulls up and they open the back door and he gets into the van, he rolls into a ball. And he sleeps in the van going to work. It's about an hour and a half drive. and he's trying to get as much sleep as he can. And they get to the building site at 8 in the morning, and hey, mom, mom, we're here, we're here, we're here. All right, right. And he gets out of the van, and it's freezing and damp and raining and wet. And he goes over into the room, and he starts setting up to paint the house. And he gets the paint, and he does this here and he does this here, and he goes up and down the wall and up and down the wall and around the room. And then he does the roof, and then he does the roof, and then he gets a tea break. Then he gets a tea break, and then in the afternoon he's doing this, and he's doing this, and he's doing this, and he's doing this, yeah, and he's doing this, and he's rolling the walls, and he's rolling the thing, and then he guess what he does? He gets in a van, and he huddles up in a ball, and they take him home, and they drop him off outside. And he has to walk a little bit, and he gets home, and he comes into the house, and the wife goes, "Well, what was work like today?" "Oh, same, same, same. Right, right, right. Your dinner's ready." "Oh, great, my dinner's ready." He has his dinner, and he then after dinner he goes into the TV room and he falls asleep, and he watches TV with one eye open, and then he falls asleep, and then she says, "Hey, come on, bed, 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 up, 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 bed. Look, it's 10 o'clock. Get to bed. You've work in the morning." All right, and he climbs up into bed, and guess what he does tomorrow? He comes down the stairs, puts on the same clothes, puts the same breakfast in his mouth, stands outside the same spot, huddles in a ball, gets into the back of the van, falls asleep, and then he does this all day for 40 years of his life. Why? Because he loves painting? No. Because he wants to make money. So if you want to make money or more money than what you're making, you need to make a decision. Am I going to work this? Am I not? Am I going to part-time, full-time? You start to make a decision. You start thinking about, wow, how can I improve? How can I do better? How can I make more money? Then you make a plan. We make a plan for this year. Why? Because there's tons of time left this year. Yeah, I've already planned to be legend this year and put the foundation in for a Dominion position this year. That's what I want to do in 2025. There's still, we've 7 weeks left of the year. Plenty of time to hit a couple of ranks. No problem at all. Then we need to make a plan for 26. Then we need to make a plan for 27. So these are kind of short-term plans. You want to get a diary. Not this one. This is just a notebook. So when I'm doing a call, I take down, oh, I'm talking to Taj today. And yes, he's from there. Yes. And he works. So I take notes on my guest. And yes, he built a team before of over 1,000 people. Yes. And he turned over. Yeah, he did. He was making $3,000 a month. Okay. So I have a little profile on my guest. And then when I'm talking to them, because I've never met them before, I can take a wee sneak down at the book and go, I'll not forget his name, because I have it written down. And this guy goes, God, he knows my name. And I've only heard it once, because as the guy introduced me, hey, this is Taj, and I write THA. I go, oh, I can Taj, and and I involve myself around as though I did know the guy. So there's a few things you can do to improve your skills and stuff. But what you want to do is you want to get yourself a big diary. I think the bigger the better. I'll show you the size of mine. It's this size here. Do you know it's the big A4 size? Why do I like a big diary? Because it gets in the way. It's always everywhere. Imagine you came into the room, you said, "Where's my diary?" And you can't find it because it's this wee tiny thing that fits in your pocket. You want a diary, and you don't want a cheap one at $199. Why? Because if you lose it, you don't care. You get another one. It's only $199. Get an expensive one. Why? Because your diary will be your business. Your diary will have all your goals, all your notes. Your diary will have all your meetings. And somebody says, "Well, I'm not making too much money." You're not making too much money. Can you show me your diary? My what? Can you show me your diary? My diary? I don't have a diary. Oh, you don't have a diary. Okay. So can you show me your appointments? Appointments for what? Well, like who did you speak to today about the business? Did you find any customers today? No. She didn't find any customers today. Okay. Did you find any distributors? No. Did you attend any Zooms? No. When is the Zoom? You don't know when the Zoom is. Do you have the link? No, I don't have the link. I got it before somewhere, but I don't have it. So can you understand when you make a decision about the business, you're either part-time, full-time, or no time. Part-time, full-time, or no time. Most people are no time. They don't treat it seriously. They treat it like a $20 business when you should treat it like a $200,000 business. So when you put in that 1999, here's what you do. Hit yourself and go, bang, that was 200,000. That wasn't $20. That was $200,000. And I need to get my $200,000 back. I need to treat this like a business. I need to take it seriously. And even if you have a job and a career, you're going to say, well, I don't have any time. It's okay for you. You've lots of time. No, I don't have lots of time. I have 24 hours and so have you. We've got the same time. Oh, but I've got a job and I have to go to work. And that's fine. How many hours do you need to build this business? I don't know. I'll tell you. 10 hours a week part-time will build you a massive, massive business. I'm doing 20 hours, but 10 hours will build you a massive, massive business. I don't have 10 hours. Yes, you do. Show me your phone. Show me the screen time you've been on that phone. 5 hours a day. You're on the phone for 5 hours a day. You're on social media. How much did you make from Facebook this week? Nothing. You made nothing from Facebook. How much did you make from Twitter? How much did you make from TikTok? Nothing. How much do you make from Instagram? Look at this Instagram. You're on it for 3 hours. How much did you make? Nothing. And you're watching TV all evening. How much do you make watching TV? You can't make money watching television. So what you got to do is prioritize and make a decision. Hey, this can change my life, but you need to change yourself, first of all. So for things to change, you got to change. For things to get better, you've got to get better. Okay, you've got to self-improve. You got to spend some time working on yourself, working on your list, working on your goals, working on your mindset, working on your language, working on yourself. And if you can prove yourself, then this business can be fantastic for you. But it's a learning curve. I don't expect you to know all this from day one, but you can learn. You learn A, B, C. What's next? D. Yeah, why? Because it's the same. We can all learn. If I can do it, you can do it. Yeah, we're all equal. There's nobody better than anybody else here. Do you know why? We all entered this world the same way. Naked. Naked. We all entered the world naked, right? We had nothing. Zero. Zero knowledge, zero language, zero nothing. And we leave the world the same way with nothing. So therefore, what's important is what we do between these 2 points. It's what you do in the middle that counts. What are you going to do in the middle of your life? The first day of the rest of your life is tomorrow. First day of the rest of your life starts tomorrow. And you need to make a decision. What am I going to do tomorrow to change my business, to improve my Aurum business? What can I do? Write it down. That's why you need it down. Well, tomorrow I'm going to write a list of 20 of my best friends. I'm going to work on a script that I can invite them to the Zoom. I'm going to try and invite, if I invite 10 of them, maybe 3 will show up. Maybe 1 will join. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to follow up with those guys and I'm going to ring those other 7 people and try and get them on the Tuesday Zoom. And I'm going to do a session of goal setting. I'm going to work out what I need to achieve. And I'm going to try and work out my rank. When can I hit Voyager? When can I hit Vanguard Pro? When can I hit Nexus? When can I hit Oracle? And you start getting the diary filled up with dates in the future. So by the end of the year, I'm definitely going to be Vanguard. Everybody should be Vanguard by the end of the year. That's far too much time. You should be Voyager in 72 hours. It shouldn't take any longer than 72 hours to be Voyager. And some of you are saying, well, I'm in this a while already. I'm not Voyager. Yes, because you're not building the business yet. You haven't started. You're starting tonight. You're starting today. Today is the first day to get started. And what you heard in training is enough to turn on the switch and say, right, now I'm getting serious. Right, now I'm going for it. Right, do it. Make sure you do it. So this business is the best paid business in the world. It beats everybody in real estate. It beats everybody in the gold industry and the oil industry. There's been more millionaires created in this industry than any other industry in the world. So treat it with respect, right? Start planning what we can do this year, what we can do next year, and the year after. Take something action. What action? Take something action. There's a word missing. Take what action? Massive action. No. We've all heard that one. Massive action equals massive results, but that's not what we're doing. We want to take the correct action. Why? Because some people are doing the wrong thing Write that down. Some people are doing the wrong thing, and some people are doing nothing. Nothing. Some people are doing the wrong thing, and some people are doing nothing. Most people are doing nothing. Yeah, my business didn't grow because I did nothing. I have 6 people in my team, but only one is here. I'm the only person on my team sitting on my seat. You see, when I started this business on the 10th of April, how many were in my team? Just me. This was my team on my seat. And maybe that's where you are today. Now I've got 7 people frontline. I've introduced 7 people. I'm going to introduce 2 more, and I think that'll be it. That's enough. You only need 3 people. And if the 3 people you know can't do it, that's okay. Still works. Because they know somebody and they know somebody and they know somebody, but you need a leader on each of one of 3 legs to grow the business. And you can drill down through the business and find it. Now, you got to take the correct action. Some people are doing nothing. Some people are saying nothing. And then some people are doing lots of action. What's the wrong action? You're saying the wrong thing. Like, how you doing? Listen, I was on this Zoom last night. Unbelievable. This guy, he was, do you know that he made $10 million in 4.5 hours? Like they make up some rubbish, don't they? It's amazing how people add little bits to it. And if you get this bot and you stick this bot on your phone, this bot talks to you on Telegram, and this bot that you talk to on Telegram sends you money. And the most ridiculous things comes out of people, right? You've got to create a very nice, soft, maybe exciting enough, but you've really got to. How I do it every time is, hey, who do you know wants to make more money? I'm talking about more money next year than they made in the last 2 years combined. If you say that in a serious way, they go, more money in 2 years? Yeah, anybody would be interested in that. Like who? Well, this one and this one and this one. So these people are actually giving you the names of people, and that's their list. So once they join, you say, well, what about that? Your uncle, you told me, lost his job. What about that? Your brother's wife who had the hairdressers? Because you give me those names the first time I asked, you can start working into their list from day one. But you got to take the correct action. I always use the golf course scenario for this one. So for those of you who play golf, and I don't play golf, by the way, I don't have time. I can't make money playing golf, and I can't make money watching television. So I don't play golf, and I don't watch television. All right. So how does the golf one work? Well, so you're at the golf course, and you put the ball down, you get the club, and you hit it, and the ball goes way off to the left. And you set down another one and you hit that one and it goes way off to the left. Now the flag's in front of you, right? It's right in front of you on the green. But you hit the ball, it goes way off to the left, and you do it again and again. You're taking the wrong action. You're taking action. It's not working. It's the wrong action. It's not working at all. So if you're hitting it to the left, it's called a left hook. So what do you got to do? You got to correct it, don't you? It makes sense, common sense. You got to correct it. So how do you correct wrong action? Well, in the golf scenario, you go to the shop at the golf course. You say, the guy in the shop knows a pro, and he takes lessons. And just say, hey, I need to book the pro next Wednesday for an hour. I need some lessons. I'm keep doing this left hook. Can I book myself in? Well, Wednesday at 3 or Wednesday at 4? Give me 3, please. Right, great. And you come, and the golf pro says, put the ball down, take the club, hit the ball, left. Do it again, left. Okay, I see your problem. I see your problem. Your grip's wrong. You're holding the club wrong. That's the first thing. You're saying the wrong thing. You've got the wrong grip. The second thing, you're standing all wrong. Look where your feet are pointing, away over there. That's why the ball's going there. Turn around, put them in line with a flag, set the ball down about mid-distance, drop your shoulder. Yeah, take a swing, but not too far. Yeah, just there. Now hit that just nice and easy. Just we only wanted to go about 10 yards. Right, okay, that wasn't bad. Let's do it again. Right, there you go. There you go. There you go. Now you start practicing perfectly. Practice does not make perfect. Practice does not make perfect. That guy was hitting the ball left. He was practicing every day. Practice was not perfect. Practice was left hook. Practice was terrible. Perfect practice makes perfect. So you need a coach. You need somebody to guide you. You need a mentor. You need the golf pro to teach you to hold the club right, to change your stance, and he'll show you how to do it. And the same here. Learn how to get the correct actions so you're doing the right thing all the time. You're getting results. People want results. You don't want to keep getting no, 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 no. After three or four no's, you say, this doesn't work. I asked four people and they never showed up. Yeah, you have to learn that we all did that. I did that. But now I've got a kind of I've learned how to do it. So you got to practice, even practice the mirror, practice your family. Yeah, go up to your best friend and says, do you mind if I practice on you? What? What? Do you mind if I practice on you? Practice what? I'm developing a new business. What kind of business? Well, I'm if I send you a link to the information, would you take a look at it? Yeah, right. So you didn't tell him anything about it. Okay, so tomorrow night I'm going to send you a link, and we'll take a look at it. What's it about? It's about 8 o'clock in the UK. No, 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 no. What's the business about? Oh, well, it's about making more money in 26 than we've made in 24 and 25 combined. No, 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 no. What's the business about? It's about 45 minutes. It's about 45 minutes. It's about 8 o'clock. No, no, what's the business about? It's it's about how to make more money. You understand? It's not about robots and Brian Benson and trading. You see, you don't want to explain it. You want to get them on the shop window. So the shop window explains it for you. You don't have to. And then, of course, what you need to do is you need to get your active upline on the call afterwards. Now, I do another training. In fact, maybe next week I'll do the other training. The other training is a system that works very, very well. Um, it's all about inviting and what to say and how to get them on the Zoom. And then when you have them on the Zoom, what do you do after the Zoom and how do you close them and how do you get their account started? So maybe we'll do that another time. But what's important is turning the invisible into the visible, right? How would you like to turn the invisible into the visible? So that's the car you wanted in the driveway. You don't have it. It's invisible, isn't it? So turning the invisible things that you want in life into the visible things in life is very, very, very possible. And all you need to do is grab a cup of coffee and a pen and paper and take your partner in life, whether it's your wife, your husband, your spouse, whoever it is. You go to the kitchen, they go to the living room or the TV room or the den. And what you do is you write down 101 things you both want. 101 things. And you take out your phone and you say, set an alarm for 30 minutes, please. So you've set an alarm. So there's 30-minute alarm started. You've got a pen and paper. They're in the kitchen or you're in the kitchen. They're in the den or you're in the den. And you start writing down 101 things you want. So you start writing and writing and writing. So, and you write this, and I want 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 this. And then your finger gets sore. And you get this here, you go, oh. And then you see the pen mark, like it dents in your finger because you haven't written for a long time. And this finger gets sore. I'm left-handed, by the way. And it gets sore, and you're right, and then you can't think, and then you're thinking about this one thing, and it takes about 5 minutes because you go, oh yeah, yeah, and you're not writing anymore. You're thinking, you're starting to dream what you want, and you start writing, and then the alarm goes, the alarm, oh sugar, it's done. So what you do is you go back into the kitchen, and you two sit down, and you both sit down with a list, and you look at each other, and you go, right, what's number one? What? What's number one in your list? No, no, no. You tell me what's in yours first. No, I asked, what's number one in your list? I want a new car. What? A new car? What's wrong with the car you have? She started arguing about it. There's nothing wrong with your own. What do you mean you want a new car? I said, well, I would like a new car. What's on your list? You want a new bathroom in the house. What's wrong with the bathroom? No, no, I want new tiles and I want new suite. And I like to put it. Okay, okay. So you want a bathroom? Okay. What was the second one? I want to go on a cruise. A cruise. Haha, that's my number 14. Number 14 is a cruise on your list. Number 2 in mine. Great. What's number 3? And you start going through all of these things and compare notes. And you'll find out with each other what's important to you in life. And you'll be able to say, well, okay, do me a favor. This is what I say to my family. If you allow me to go down to the office, I'm in my office now, And if you allow me to shout at these people on my computer for 5 hours a day, and we make lots of money, we can get all these goals attached. Can I do that? So my kids used to say, why is dad in the office shouting at people? And why is he laughing at himself? Because he's having fun. And they know dad's working. They know, or if I went to Dubai or I had to go to Phuket, why is dad going away to Phuket? Well, he's building a business. He has to go and meet the owners. He's doing it for the family. We're getting an extension in the house, or we're getting our daughter the best education. That's important to us. I want to get her the best education. She needs to go to the best university. That's going to take money. My other son's getting married. I want to pay for the wedding. That's 30,000. I'd love to put a deposit on a house because they've got no money. That's another 50,000. And you start, all of these things start to flow. And what this does for you, it gives you the reason you're in the business. And when you know the reason you're in the business, the why you're in the business, then the magic starts. Because now the business is an important, you see, Aurum is a vehicle, like a car. It takes you from where you are now financially to where you like to be. By the way, guys, I've made $700,000 in 7 months. I don't know if anybody knows that because I don't really say that on the Zooms, but I've made more than that. I've withdrawn $700,000, and tomorrow is the 10th of November, and that will be 7 months tomorrow. So 6 months and almost 7 months, $700,000 already. So when you know that this is a vehicle that can take you from where you are to where you'd like to be, then you can say, well, I've got a vehicle that'll take me to the shop. I have a vehicle that'll take me to the beach. I have a vehicle that'll take me. Aurum is the financial vehicle that take you from where you are today to where it is you want to be. But the problem is people don't know where they want to be. People haven't it structured. They haven't it written down. It's like me going to school with a PE bag and nothing in it. Hey, can I have some Coca-Cola? I says, oh, nothing in the bag. No. Can I have some Polo mints? Oh, nothing in the bag. You got to be prepared. You got to work. Dad, can you go to the cash and carry on Tuesday because I'm nearly out of stuff. I had to work with my dad to get him to buy the stuff. He said, are you allowed to do this at school? I said, yes, yes, Dad, of course I am. The kids are hungry. I'm feeding the kids. But I used to charge twice as much. I used to charge twice as much as the shop and the school because the kids would pay because they didn't want to wait in the queue. So they could have their break. They could have their they could have their break and enjoy their break instead of queuing up and getting. Sometimes they got nothing. They waited too long, and the shutters came down back to class. Oh, it was a great business, great business. Anyway, anyway, working out what you want is very, very, very important, guys. Because then you can align the seriousness of the business to get these goals. And you want to look at different areas of your life. It's not about money, guys. It's about career. Are you happy in your job? Are you happy in your little business? I know business people who think they own a business and they don't. Well, they do, but the business owns them. They have to be down there first thing in the morning. They have to clean the windows. They have to check the alarms. They have to open the doors. They have to go to the shop and get all the products. They have to stand there all day and serve people. They have to count the money. They have to wash the place down. They have to do the banking. They have to pay the bills and the rates and the staff and the taxes. And they take the business home. When the business closes, they have it on their kitchen table, still doing their business, and the shop closed, not making money. Here we can make money 24/7 without any staff, any wages, any premises, any insurance, any deliveries, any product development. For $20, we have an international fintech business. Can you get that into you? Can you understand the power of what we've got? Because until you do love and trust and know, you've got to immerse yourself in the business. Immerse yourself in it. It's like I tried to do this in at the event. I was trying to demonstrate, did you ever see somebody at the swimming pool? We're going to have a laugh again. You ever sit in the swimming pool and you're standing, this guy's walking down past the swimming pool and he's doing this here on the outside of the water. He's not in the water. He's standing on the outside, walking down, doing this. And then he starts doing this here. He's not even in the water. I said, what are you doing? I'm practicing. You what? I'm practicing. but you're standing outside, walking out up and down the outside of the pool. You can't do that. You've got to get in the water. You've got to get in the water and do it. You can't practice outside. And it's the same here. You've got to immerse yourself in the business. And the more you do it and absorb and absorb and absorb, I have a flip chart here with my whole structure and this leg and this leg and this leg and these lines working and who's ranked and what volume and who's under who and what. I have a whole structure here ready to help and support and build out the different ranks. You've got to get into the comp plan every day and start understanding it. You've got to listen to Brian Benson and something positive every day. You've got to attend every webinar, even if you don't have a guest. Now, what I'm finding about the Zooms is we have between 150, we don't, but 160, I suppose. We don't have 150 anymore, but between 160 and 190, it's the same number. It's not going to 200, 240, 270. So we've got a problem there. There's not a problem. Not very many people would have 100. Maybe we're doing too many of them because I do them every day. So, but we're getting between 160 and 190. Let me just check here what's on here now. 183, very good for training. Normally we get less at the training than we do at the Zooms. 183, now that's a good number. But wouldn't it be great if that was 283, 383, 483? Can we do that? Can we get all our teams in the training? Can we get all our teams to start moving? So you got to look at your career and see, am I happy with my present job location? Are you traveling too far to work? Is it taking too much time in traffic? Are you getting the recognition? Are you getting the money you deserve? Are you getting the promotion? So look at your career as one part of it. Then look at the family and say, okay, is our family okay? Are we disjointed? Am I talking to my kids? Am I talking to the grandkids? Am I talking to my parents? As much as I'd like to, if they're around, if they're still here, right? Is the relationships good? And if not, why not? Why did that relationship get under stress? The biggest stress comes from finance. The biggest killer of marriages is money. Not having enough money, putting stress onto the family, not being able to pay bills, financial stress. Not only does it affect the family, it affects this little lad here that ticks. Yeah, it puts you under pressure. So if you can find a way to a valve to release that, which might be Aurum, I don't know if you're prepared to do it, it can change your circumstances incredible. So these are the things you got to look at and see what's important and why you have to keep showing up at Aurum and why you have to invite another guest. It's not just a process, there's a reason behind it. The career's not right. The family could be doing it better. My daughter lives in Australia. That's the other side of the world. Oh, I only see her at Christmas time. Oh, why should you only see your daughter at Christmas time? Why could you not go and spend 6 months a year with her? Oh, I can't afford that. You can't afford to see your daughter for 6 months of the year? Well, what do you mean? What else can you afford? Oh, I have a job. I'm stuck with my job. You don't need to be stuck in a job. Oh, I have a business. I can't get out of my business. Yes, you can. You see, money gives choices. Money gives options. You understand when your finances start to roll better, you can get options. You can say, listen, I'm not going to stop my job. I need that. I like my job, but I'm going to do 4 days a week, not 6. And I'm going to take 3 days for the family because the family's under stress and I want to go and see my mum and dad. And I'm going to spend all day Sunday with mum and dad, except this time I've got a training to go to. Mum and dad, I'm going to pop out for a training. I'll be back in an hour. I'll be back in 2 hours. I'll bring you a coffee and an ice cream. So, check out, what about travel goals? Have you seen the beautiful world God's given us? Have you seen that yet? Which parts of it have you seen? Have you got an atlas? Could you tell me the capital city of every country? Have you been to the nice beaches, the 10 top beaches in the world? Have you been to the 10 national parks in the world? Have you been to the 7 wonders of the world? Have you been to the Niagara Falls? Have you been to the pyramids in Egypt? If not, why not? Because you can create a list of the 7 wonders of the world and say, okay, we're running out of time this year, but by next March, I'm going to tick off one of these destinations. I want to see that place. Before I go, I want to see that place. And by the end of the year, I'm going to see the second place. So next year, I'm going to see 2 out of the 7 wonders of the world. The year after, I'm going to see 3. That's 5. And the year after, there's only a couple more. So in the next 2 or 3 years, I could see the wonderful world. Yes. And could I do the beaches of the world? And could I do the cruises of the world? So you start to think, you start to think as though you trick yourself into the fact that you have the money. So what I'd like to do tonight, I'd like to give every one of you $1 million. Would that be all right? Would that be all right? All right, I'll give you $1 million. So um, what we do is uh, I used to do this at my live trainings. I would take out a checkbook and I'd write your name. I write $1 million in ink, and then I'd put the million there, and I'd sign it, and I'd tear out the checkbook, and I go, there you go, there's $1 million. So you had a million. I would tell you not to present it to the bank; it won't pass. But at least you had $1 million. So at least you had the $1 million. But there's a method to this. What you should all do is take the million I've just given you and work out what would you do with it. What would you do with a millionaire? Most people have never thought about that. Most people wouldn't know the first thing what to do. They go, "Oh, I'm going to get rid of the mortgage. Oh, this bloody mortgage is killing me." Maybe the mortgage is not the best thing to pay off. Maybe you're getting money at a great rate, and that's a stupid thing to spend the million to pay off a mortgage. When maybe, when maybe it could be used better. What if the million could be 2 million with the right investment? What if you put 10% into real estate, 10% into gold, 10% into Bitcoin, 10% into art, 10% into Aurum? Give away 10% to a charity. What about your charity goals? Wouldn't it be good? Wouldn't it be good to go to your favorite charity and say, guys, I always throw a few dollars in the hat, in the basket, but really, I'd like to give you $100,000 this year. 100,000? Yeah, I'd like to give you $100,000. You're kidding? Oh, you're so great. Oh, you're so kind. Oh, you're. But I really want this to go to good use. I'm going to be a big patron of this charity. I'd like to give you $100,000. Wow. And next year, 100,000. And next year, 100. Why? Why are you on the planet? What would you be remembered for? Think about that. What will I be remembered for? What could you do? Could you help the homeless? Could you help the sick? What is it you could do? Could you, maybe animals? Is it something you could do there? What could you do? And how do you fund that? And of course, you can't give away 100,000 if you don't have it. But if you build a business, a proper business, and you give 10% away to that. So if you only make $1,000, you give them 100. Imagine you went down to the charity shop and said, "Hey, there's $100. What's that for?" Just a little gift. Oh, thank you so much. How good would you feel walking out of that shop? And then next month you make $1,100 and you go down to the charity shop. "Here, there's 110. What? 110? Were you the guy that gave us the 100? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's great. And next month you make $1,400. You go down, there's $140. $140. Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind. And next month you make 2,000. You give them $200. Oh, that's so brilliant. And then you make 10,000. You give them 1,000. And then you make 40,000. You give them 4,000. How good would that be? Or maybe you could set up a shelter or help fund it or do a deposit on it or put a roof on something that helps people. Think about charity goals, health goals. Are you eating the right food? Are you eating processed food? Do you know what healthy food is? Yeah. Think about health. Do you look at the price of the food on the menu or do you look what's in the food? Most people open the menu and go, "Oh, look at that. That's very expensive. Oh, look how much wow, the fish is very dear. The steak's dear. Oh my God. Let's look over. Let's go here. Oh, maybe I'll just take an appetizer." Forget about the price. You've got to get yourself in a position where it's the food that you want, not the price. The price shouldn't matter. And you've got to get into that psyche. You've got to start thinking like this, that this is possible. This is possible. This business can change not only your future, but for generations. Yeah. Because my Auntie Annalise went to this meeting and some crazy guy was shouting and laughing and she joined this company called Ortis or I can't remember. It was 300 years ago. Aurum, and she got all this money in Bitcoin, and she bought this farm, and she set up this, and she did this, and now our family. Can you understand? A decision could change your family for generations because you said yes, or because you took action, or because you attended a training. And out of all the things that were said, there was two things that made a difference in your life. There was two things that improved your business. Yeah. What about business goals? Have you ever wanted to be in business? Have you ever had a thought, "Oh, I'd love to be in business," but you never? The number one reason people aren't in business is because they've never thought about what business to be in. Would you believe that? The number one reason people don't have a business is because they've never thought, what business could I have? Because they're programmed into the education system is get a job, stay for life, get a pension, retire. Never to get into entrepreneurship, never to get into business. And that's why they don't think. They come out of school, win a job, and off they go. Yeah. So what about business? This is a business. This is a $20 business, but don't ever treat it like $20. That's the problem. It's too cheap. Treat it like a $200,000 business and go after that 200,000. Go after it till you get the 200 grand. And then you go, wow, I've got a good business. Yes, you have, because you treated it like $200,000. What about savings and financial? Think about that. If the money stopped, if the money stopped tonight, I'm talking about money from your job or career, or if you own a business, let's say the money stopped, or maybe you don't have any job or career and you're on government money. Imagine the money stopped. How long could you survive? No money coming into the house. How long? What have you put away in savings that could keep you going for how long? Most people on the planet, most people on the planet are in big, big trouble 3 months from now if the money stopped. 3 months, they've no more money. They're at whatever little bit of savings they have, gone. So what you should do is roll off a little bit for savings, for investment, financial. So what, other than Aurum, financial strategy have you in place to increase your wealth in 2026? There's a question. Yeah. Other than Aurum, what financial strategy have you already got in place to increase your wealth in 2026? For most people, that's not some free time. Because so anyway, let's talk about registration. What I'm doing in the products.
Hello. Welcome to the Aurum user manual. Today we will show you how to register your account to start investing with Aurum. First of all, input your email address. Secondly, input your phone number. Then, create a password. It should meet the requirements listed below the field. Last but not least, enter your invite code. Press the continue button. You just finished your first step of registration. Now, input your first and last name and choose a username. After that, input your date of birth. Select your country. Be sure to check the terms of use checkbox. Almost there. Press the sign up button. Now, check your inbox. You should get a message from Aurum with the code needed for email verification. Enter the code, press the confirm button, and congratulations. Your account has been successfully created. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. So do you know where that video is? Do you have that hyperlink of that video in your notes? So you should go to phone, notes, and then you should have a file for Aurum. So if somebody says, I need the link for the Zoom tomorrow night. Oh yeah, notes, Aurum, Zoom, copy, paste, done. There you go. There's it there. Where's that video for? You know when you're trying to sign it? I can't remember where that video. Just sign up. Where was that? You need it. Aurum, notes, Aurum, registration video. There you go. Thanks for joining. There's a video. Have a listen to that once or twice. Follow the steps. If you need me, I'm there. So you need to start understanding your business, being aware of your business, and the tools around, how to get this business going. Now, on the screen, there are quite a few products with the company. I haven't used them all, unfortunately. Really, I don't know if I need any more because what we have is fabulous. I use the XI bot. I use the Pro. I use the Zeus. I use the card. And you see there's something there that says coming soon. Can you see that thing that's coming soon? Let's say goodbye to coming soon. It's gone. There you go. It's gone. The exchange is already here. So they've pre-launched for public beta testing, not private beta test, public beta testing. So that's fabulous. That this is a company that delivers ahead of time. They said they were going to do this for January. They've already put out there. And this is a period we have to understand, guys, for ironing out the wrinkles. It's like anything new. The pioneers, we have the rough time. The pioneers, this isn't working, that's not working. He said that, she said that. I don't know how to find that. The site's down. This has to. So this is when they're testing the servers. This is when they're increasing the expansion. This is when they're developing product. Oh, I want it. There's no Romanian language in the back office. Oh, there's no Romanian, is there not? I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So it takes time to start building. You have to understand at the pioneering stage, it's the pioneers that discovered America. It's the pioneers that discovered any product in the world. It wasn't easy. Do you know that guy called Edison? Have you heard of him? The story is it was 10,000 times before he got that little thing up there to work. 10,000 attempts. Try this. No, change. Oh, that's not working. Well, if we do that, no, that's not working. Oh, I got a shock. I got electrocuted. There's something there. There's something there. But how do I get light to come out of nothing? How do I create light? The sun. God gave us the sun that creates light and heat. But we've got a man that's created light. Was it Thomas Edison? Yeah. So how did we get to the moon? We have no wings. We weren't born with wings or rockets attached to ourselves. We can't jump up on a what do you call those things? Trampoline. Imagine years ago, boys on trampoline said, "I'm going to the moon. I'm going to the moon." They get up a little bit and down a little bit. How do you get a man on the ground to the moon? Failed so many times. And if you know how the rocket gets to the moon, it's not a straight line to the moon. It's altering course and altering course, and it goes and alters its course, and then it alters its course again, and it changes and alters its course. Why? Because the world's rotating. It has to change. As the world rotates, it has to think. And the same here. We have to maneuver and rock around a bit. Be aware that we are not Binance 10 years old. We are Binance 10 years early. Yeah, it's just beginning. It's just the origin. So you've got to put up with the glitches and this is and that's and the others. Yeah, we're testing out the cards. We're changing banks. The bank's increasing its software. It's changed the software. Now Aurum needs to change its software. So the cards do this and this does that. And they're launching the exchange. So why am I not getting this? Because the programmers are working on the exchange. I just can't do this now. So it's going to take a little bit of time as the company develops. So be aware of that and let your people be aware of that. And then it's not going to be so bad. Didn't I tell you? I told you. If you want to be a millionaire, it's a bumpy ride, guys. You want to be a millionaire, it's a bumpy ride. Now, on the exchange, we've got this fabulous product. This is a product for everybody. Better than property, better than gold. Property in the right location would make about 10% a year. Property in the right location, in the right time, would make about 10% a year. So in 10 years, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10 years, the property would double. Yeah, 10% a year. This product, 17 to 20% a year. Better than property, better than gold, better than most things. Phenomenal. No trading involved here, and 17 to 20% a year is a fabulous product for traditional business people that understand real estate and gold and silver and oil and the traditional products, not cryptocurrency. So they would find this nice. And also the fact that they don't have to lock it in. You can have your Bitcoin in for one day and take it out tomorrow. You can put in a little bit of Ethereum for 3 days and take it out tomorrow. So you get this staking product, but no lock-in, which is incredible. Beautiful product, guys. And that should be the doorstep in the future to bringing on some big customers. If I could get you 17 to 20% a year, would you be interested? Absolutely. Do you see us, guys? We're talking about 17 to 20% a month when the average people can only conceive but 10% a year. Now we move them to here, 17 to 20% a year. How good would that be? And business people will say, okay, instead of buying this property, I'll get a little bit of thing over here. Now, what also can happen is if we hit the bull run and you were putting Bitcoin in here, for instance, at 18% a year, what if the Bitcoin doubles? What if the Bitcoin doubles? So you're getting a leverage there in a bull market if it goes up. Now, obviously, we can't predict is Bitcoin going up and down. But these assets with no lock-in, this is going to be a fabulous product. And from here, after your customer's 2 or 3 months old, you say, hey, by the way, did you realize the guys that have this exchange have this AI bot? that could get you between 10 and 15% a month, not a year. A month? How does that work? Well, you know the company. You've got your Bitcoin. Yeah, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I know the company. You know Brian Benson from Binance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm on the exchange. Yeah. Well, what if we could get you 10 to 15% a month? You're kidding me. Have they got a product? Yes, it's an app over here, and you can move them over there. What if we could get you a card that comes in a nice thing like this, the Aurum Affinity card, and you open up this card, you go to the app, you type in the 16 digits. Now you can spend your cryptocurrency anywhere in the world. What? You've got a card? Absolutely. So there's certain customers you're going to have to, what do we use? Mollycoddle. Mollycoddle. We bring them in lightly here, pop them over to the card, put them into the Zeus where they can take the money out all the time and then lock them into the EXI. So get familiar with the products, and the products are coming. Also, good advice is start using phrases to keep ourselves right here. You see, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you any advice at all. I'm an educator. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not an accountant. Can't give you any financial advice. So tell people that. And also tell people that don't be misled that high earnings are easily achieved. They're not. It's hard work. It's hard work. I do 5 hours. It's not hard work. It's repetitive work. The same Zoom over and over and over again is repetitive. It's not hard. I don't get dirty hands. Nothing heavy to lift. It's easy. But not everybody will do 5 hours a day. Not everybody will do 5 hours a day. But I do. Yeah, with 6 kids and lots of horses, I need time to do other things. So I can only give this about 5 hours a day. But that's a very good commitment because I'm here 5 hours a day. Other people don't get the rewards because they're doing one meeting a week. They're doing one training a week. And past performance is not indicative of future results. Cryptocurrency trading can be volatile, and always seek professional advice. You've got to use these disclaimers because you don't want to be. You see, what we're doing is you can't be selling securities because you don't have a license to do that. So what we are is we are referral agents. We refer people to a website. That's what we do. We don't sell financial products. I don't have any. I don't have any XI bot. I don't have that product. I don't own it. I don't operate it. But I can refer you to a website. And over there, you can get your own products. That's how it is. Over there, you can get your own products. But I can refer to the website. Like the ladies can refer a hairdresser or where to get a nice dress or a nice pair of shoes. The guys can refer a mechanic or a joiner or a carpenter or so that was the alarm ringing there. So it was 30 minutes up. Stop your goal setting, guys. So be careful with your language. Don't be shouting too much about the money. And always tell the truth. Always tell the truth. If you're only making $100 a month, that's good enough. If you're only making $100 a day, that's good enough. If you're only making $100 an hour, that's good enough. But tell the truth because somebody could call you out. Somebody says, "Well, I don't believe you made 700,000. Can you show me?" You've got to be able to say, "Well, yes, I can show you," because the blockchain tells the truth. Because every withdrawal is recorded, every transaction is recorded, and on the blockchain you can trace that back to, and then people will know. So always tell the truth. Very, very important. We show this account here because $500 making $382 will not feed the family. It won't pay my mortgage, but 76% is exceptional in 5 months. 76%. So if you bought a bar of gold and it went up 76% in 5 months, that's good business. If you bought Facebook stock or Binance stock or Amazon and it went up 76% in 5 months, that's good business. If you bought a house and it went up 76%, that's good business. $500 without a mortgage going up 76%, that's good business. You just have to learn how to get more trading. So it's a better reward. So that's exceptional. Now, sorry, why did I bring that up? Because people might say to you, and you've got to have the numbers right. Well, how's your account done? Well, I don't really know. Or it's made $136. Well, how much is that? What's that relative to? So when you know how to work out the formula, it's easy. So the profit is the 382. The profit goes on top, 382, and you put a line. You divide it by what you started with. So if you start, say your account's $40, $140, and you started with 100. The profit is $40, and you started with 100. So you divide 100 into 40, and you multiply it by 100%. That tells you, wow, you did 40%. That's great. So somebody says to me, I put 100 in, and I've got $40 profit. They go, $40? Maybe buy a meal. It doesn't sound good. But when you say, hey, I've got a very special app on my phone. It's called the Aurum Neo Bank. I've got it on Telegram, and I made 40% this month. How much? 40%? It's not $40 because $40 is 40% of 100. So when you understand a little bit about this math, it's easy to calculate. And when you can demonstrate that, wow, I want to try that. Do you understand? So this is why I use this particular one. The other account is serious: 23%, 55%, 74%, doubled in 4 months. That's fantastic. Now, don't be given guarantees. Don't say, "Oh, I could double your money in 4 months." No, you can't, because if somebody only puts in $200, it won't double in 4 months. This was $10,000, and secondly, it's compounded the whole time without interfering. Some people will turn this reinvestment button off for 3 days and then back on and do different things. So that's it. Now on the EXI bot, just let me tell you that on the first, 10th, and 20th of every month, you can withdraw your principal. I'll say that again. On the EXI bot, on the first, 10th, and 20th of every month, you can withdraw your principal. If you look at the date down here, it's the 16th of May. Is that the first, 10th, or 20th? No, it's the 16th. So the withdraw button is grayed out. Now look at the next one, the 24th of June. Is that the first of the month, the 10th or the 20th? No, it's the 24th. So it's grayed out. But look at the next one, the 10th of July. Is that the first, the 10th, or the 20th? Yes, it's the 10th. So the gray button goes blue on the 10th and the 20th and the 1st of every single month if you want to withdraw your money. And the reason for that is the money's over in Binance, or it's over in OKX or KuCoin trading. So they have to call for that back, take it out of the trade, and get it over here to you. So they want to nominate these dates. The second thing is there's a penalty if you do it inside 12 months, but it's called an early redemption fee. And some people say, oh, I don't like that. Well, I love it. I love it. And you'll love it when you understand it. You see, if you were involved in traditional finance and you had you had an insurance policy and you want to close it early, you want to take it early, or like a pension or your 401k, maybe it used to be 65 years, but you took it at 55 years old. You don't get the same amount, you get less. There's a penalty, there's a clawback. And in an insurance world, the insurance reps that are selling these policies, so if I take a policy of an insurance rep, the insurance rep goes, oh, I got a customer today. But if I cancel my policy, he doesn't get his commission. It's clawed back from him. So Aurum don't want to claw back any commission from you. So when you get commission, it's yours. So do you like that? So they put the onus on the customer. So the clause is on the customer if you take it out. And the reason they have to do this, and this is when you understand it, it makes sense. The reason they have to do this is because, let's say I was your customer and I put in $10,000. You go, oh, got a customer. And you got paid, and that's fine. And 4 days later, my wife says, hey, HP, you remember I thought I was changing the car? I've just found a nice little car here, and they're going to trade mine in. I need an extra 10,000. What did you do with that money? Well, what did you do with that money? I have it. It's in this. It's in this trading thing, this trading bot thing. Oh, I need that money. Can you take it out? Yeah, yeah, I can take it out, no problem. So I take the money out because there's no clawback, and I get my 10,000 back, and we go to look at the car, and the company here have lost money because they paid you the commission. They're not going to take it of you. So if they were able to give me all of that money, and we go to buy the car, then the company have lost money. So we don't want the company to lose money. So we go and look at the car, and we have a look around this car, and I say, Louise, we're not getting this car. Why? I like it. I like the color. It's not about the color. Look under there. Oh my goodness. Oh, and look at this. Oh, I don't want this car. Right. So we come back and we don't buy the car. And I go, Put the 10,000 in again. Oh, here we go. Let's go trading. And you get paid again because I made a deposit. And 4 weeks later, things are going well. My wife says, "Hey, HP, what you put that money? What money? The 10,000 for the car. Actually, I found another car. This is the one. What? You want a car? Your own car's fine. There's nothing wrong with your car. No, 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 no. I've been looking at this on the internet for ages, and it's just up the road. Can we go? Can we go? So I take it out again, and if there was no clawback, the company's lost money again. You've got your commission, so it wouldn't work, would it? So when you understand that, then you'll understand that the clawback is on the customer. It's only for 12 months. Now, I want you to look. I want you to look at this account here. We're looking at. This is a $10,000 account, and it's gone to 20,000 in 4 months. What's the clawback? If I needed it, let's say, God forbid, there was an emergency, medical emergency. I need to get some money, need my 10,000, and I take it out of this account here. 35% is 7,000. 35% of 20,000 is 7,000. How much did I put in? 10, sitting at 20, and they take 7. How much am I left with? 13,000. I still made 30% in 4 months. This is 4 months old. 1, 2, 3, 4 months. I still made 30% with the 35% clawback. Do you understand that it doesn't really matter after a period of time if you do really, really need the money? Does that make sense? But of course, let's look at the next slide, guys. This account, 10th of April, 1972, on the 26th of October, now that's getting old as well. I know that's at 33,000 now, but let's say it's 31,000. If they take the 35% at 31,000, that's about 10,000. I still double my money. So if my 10,000 is 30,000, they take 10,000 off 33%. I've still doubled my money in 6 months. So the clawback doesn't really matter. And when you understand that, they go, okay. So it's the only way you would lose money is if you wanted it in the first week or 2 weeks or, that very initial period. But after it gets a little bit of trading, it doesn't really affect you. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just wanted to explain that so you understood that. The other 6 bots don't have that. It's only the one bot that has it. There's 7 bots in total. The others don't have it. Let's go to Telegram. Again, I show this account 88488899193. We cover this in the presentation. Imagine turning 0.7 of a Bitcoin into a full Bitcoin. So this is great for customers that have a little bit of BNB, a little bit of Ethereum, doing nothing, just going up and down with the value, but if the fraction doesn't change. If you'd 1 Bitcoin, it's still 1 Bitcoin. In 3 months, in 6 years, it's still 1 Bitcoin. But here, 0.7, it's not 0.7, it's now 1 full Bitcoin in 5 months. Very, very nice product. Guys, we only do 2 things in this business. We find customers and we find customer gatherers. What do you do in this business? We do 2 things. We find customers and we find customer gatherers. What's a customer gatherer? You, a person that brings customers, is a customer gatherer. So that's the 2 things we look for. I'm looking for some customers that would like a nice product, and I'm also looking for some customer gatherers. And sometimes the best customer gatherers is the customer themselves. There's nobody better to promote a product or service than an existing customer. Now, where do you find these customers? Everywhere, all over the world. You can find them all over the world, everybody. Why? Because I've already told you at the beginning, our product is more money. Who wants to make more money? Everybody. The church, the government, the health service, the next door neighbor, the charity, your best friend, your uncle. Everybody wants to make more money. So where do we find our customers? Everywhere. Why? Because everybody wants more money. They're out there. Very, very easy. You got to attract the customers. You got to learn how to find them. I'll show you this video again. This is how my son's doing it. I don't do it this way. I do it the traditional way. I pick up the phone and I talk. Never send somebody a text message. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow night at 9 o'clock? We're off to the movies. Oh, right. Oh, I was wanting to know, would you be able to go to this Zoom and watch it because it's amazing? Go to a Zoom because it's amazing. No, I'm watching the movies. So never text, pick up the phone and say, Tom, listen, I've only got a couple of minutes. Do me a favor. Would you be available tomorrow night, about 10 to 9, for about 45 minutes? I've come across a business. I'm looking to expand into your area. Uh, this is going to be right up your avenue here. Who do you know, Tom, wants to make more money in 2026 than they've made in 24 and 25 combined? Who do you know? More money? What kind of money? More money than you've made in 24. What have you made in 24 and 25? Not a lot. Well, what did you make? Well, I got 50,000 on 24. And we got a pay rate with 57, but 107,000. So in 2 years, you made 107. Well, I didn't make it. I got paid that, but it's all spent. Okay, so who do you know wants to make more money in 26 than they've made in both of those years? Me, you, everybody. Okay, so there's ways you can learn how to leverage that. And if it doesn't sound right saying it, find the way for you. I'm only using it the way I would use it. We're from different cultures, different backgrounds, different accents, and we're talking to different kind of people. So you got to learn how to twist that that it sounds right coming from you, and you got to practice and practice it to get it right. So, but it's a great way because you don't want any rejection, you know. And what we're doing is we don't find customers for products; we find products for our customers. All right, your customers are already your customers; they're friends, people you know. That's what we're doing. So I want to just show you now, just for a second. This is my eldest son. He put together a little video here himself, and this is how he's building the business. This is quite interesting. This is a different way of doing it. But for those of you, maybe have young kids, want to do it this new social way with TikTok and all these kind of things. I don't understand. I don't have TikTok. I don't have Instagram, and I don't have Facebook. I don't do social media. I don't watch TV, and I don't buy newspapers. All right. So let's have a listen. How this is HP Junior. Let's see how he does it.
What if I told you there's a method out there that everyday people are using to escape their 9 to 5 and build a real online income? A method built in the same exact industries that billionaires like Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos are pouring billions into: AI and crypto. And better yet, there's a way for you to plug into that exact same method without getting clients, without having to find a product or creating a product, and without learning how to trade. I get it, it probably sounds too good to be true, so let me tell you a few stories of people using this exact same system. I personally made 12,000 in my first month, Paul earned 300k in 16 weeks, and Dylan, 23 years old, made 17k in his first month. And over 18,000 people worldwide are profiting using this exact same system. These are real people with real results, and I'll show you exactly how to plug into this system in the free masterclass. Now, I personally wanted something really simple, something that I could plug into and start seeing results straight away. And that's exactly what this system does. I literally started profiting from day one. And this is why this system is so different from everything else that you're seeing online at the minute. This system is powered by Aurum. Aurum is led by Brian Benson, who's a former Morgan Stanley trader and ex-Binance director who helped Binance become a unicorn in under 12 months. Aurum was featured in Forbes. Visa has even partnered with Aurum, where they've created a Visa card where you can actually spend your cryptocurrency in everyday life. And that's the credibility behind this system. Look, I'm not a trader, I'm not a guru, I don't have a Lamborghini in my garage. I was just stuck in a 9 to 5 that I hated, and I'm tired of wasting time and money in side hustles that just don't work. But then I found Aurum. I started small, got some skin in the game, started to see daily profits, started to share it with others. I started earning huge commissions. The system works because of one breakthrough product. It's an AI crypto trading system. It's automated, it's simple, and everyday people are building their wealth without learning how to trade. Inside this masterclass, I'm going to show you that exact same system where everything will be revealed. Aurum's leading AI product has delivered 400% in just 2 years. That's an average of 18.5%. That's better than property. That's better than gold. What really makes this exciting is that there's 2 ways to earn. You can become a customer and use their AI products to actually build your crypto wealth and take daily profits. You can then become a partner and share that product that you believe in with others and earn commissions as well, which is brilliant. So please join me this Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time, for the free masterclass. In just 60 minutes, I'll show you how to profit with AI crypto trading, how to start earning with the partner program, how to join my private community with exclusive resources, training, webinars, weekly calls to help you grow your business, and the most important, exclusive invite-only access to Aurum, the platform that's powering all of this. Seats are limited to 100 people, so click below and save your spot today. What if I told you there's a method out
What have I told you?
there that everyday people
Oh,
people feel at affiliate marketing?
Stop. All right. Yeah, so thanks for the nice comments I'm getting through here. Yeah, that's an old, what do you call that? A chip of the old block. What have I told you? I carried a PE bag around school 5 days a week. When everybody else brought their PA bag 1 day a week, I brought it 5 days a week, and was selling tuck shop stuff. So anyway, he did that video himself, and he's doing very, very well. I'm not sure what rank he is. He's the one before Oracle. He doesn't use my Zooms. I can hear him using some of the. He listened to my Zoom, but he doesn't give out my Zoom. He doesn't bring people to my Zoom. He doesn't. He's not on this training. He doesn't even know he's on this training. But the reason that I want to share that was to show people there's no right way, no wrong way. The thing is, that's his shop window. On TikTok, he's got more people on TikTok, and he can get thousands and thousands of customers. I can't do that. I'm no good at that. But maybe some kids are good at that, and there you go. And then I have another son. He's at the same game. So that was one of his videos. I'll just show you his other video here. Have a look at this
People
one.
feel at affiliate marketing because they promote products they don't believe in. My product is crypto AI trading, and this is why it's different. Since the day I joined, I've been paid every single day with small but consistent profits. That's proof the product works. The system is affiliate marketing. When I share this proven product with others, I earn commissions. So I'm building 2 income streams. 1, daily profits from trading. 2, affiliate commissions from sharing the system and the product that I believe in. And it's not just me. There's hundreds of people already signed up to this program. My friends, my family, my brothers, my sisters, they're all earning profits daily and earning commissions from referring that system to everyone else as well. Look, I'm just a normal dad documenting this whole journey, the wins, the losses, the mistakes, so that you can benefit and maybe see some potential in this opportunity. If you want to see how this works exactly, comment masterclass in the comments and I'll share the free training and how this system is broken down. Cheers.
Cheers. So he does that, and then my other son, he's at it as well. So my younger son introduced that son. I didn't even introduce it, and my youngest son introduced himself. So after my Zooms, I always go up for a cup of tea, and went up to the kitchen, and he says, Dad, that was good, 36 minutes. I said, what was good? He says, the Zoom was good, 36 minutes. I says, 36? My Zoom's more than 36 minutes. What do you mean 36 minutes? It was only 36 minutes. I said, were you on the Zoom? He says, no. I says, well, how do you know the Zoom was 36 minutes? He says, because I'm standing outside your office door listening to you. What? You stood and listened to that, me presenting? Yeah. I want to do this, Dad. I want to get started. I says, well, funny enough, when 36 minutes, I said, ladies and gentlemen, that's it over. And I did a summary. For those of you that want to stay on, let me show you the affiliate program that went on an extra bit that he didn't know, because when he heard me saying it was finished, he ran up the hall out of the way. He didn't want me to know he was listening to me. So that's why so he joined, and he went. He qualified for an iPad or something, one of them qualification things. He brought in $66,000 front line. He qualified for Phuket for him and his girlfriend. He's not qualified for Dubai yet, but he will be. He is Nexus, and they do it different than me. But isn't it funny that there's no right way and no wrong way? I just prefer to do my way, the old school way, But amazing. Anyway, what you should do, guys, is you should. Here's what I focus on. I focus on rank. And it's not a great thing to say, but when you hit a rank, I know Don Chi went Nexus today, and I know Dr. Money went Oracle either this morning or last night, and those are fabulous ranks. Those are the building blocks to our business. They're fantastic, but celebrate it for a day and get dissatisfied. Always try and do better for yourself. Always try and rank up. So when you go hit a rank that you like, just get dissatisfied with say, well, this doesn't suit me. No, I can do better than that. No, I prefer to have this rank. No, this does better here. And always work your way up to the top of the mountain, or start at the top of the mountain. That's what I do. I start at the top of the mountain and work my way back. So I look at the comp plan. I go, okay, so the top rank is alpha. What do I need to be alpha? Oh, you need 2 legends. Okay, so what's to be the legend? Oh, you need one of these and 2 of these. And what do you need to be that? You need 2 of those and 1 of them. Okay, and what do you need to be that? And I work my way down to the bottom of the mountain. And I find, okay, so I was up at the top of the mountain. I know what that's like up there. And down at the bottom of the mountain, I'm nothing. I'm Nova. So to get to Voyager, I need $7,500 of business. 7,500. That could be one customer. One customer. I'm a Voyager. So when could you do one customer? Tomorrow. Okay, so I could go Voyager in a day. Yes. But if I don't get a customer at that level and I get some small customers, how do I go Voyager? Well, you could get 7 customers for $1,000 each and one customer at 500. Oh, how else can I do it? Well, you don't have to get all the customers. You might get 2 customers, and one of them gets one, and one of them gets one, and one of them gets one. So you're not getting it all. But when all of the volume is 7,500, you get Voyager. That's easier. So I don't have to get it. It can come from the whole team. Yes. So figure out Voyager. This is the building block. And if you help 3 people go Voyager, you will be Vanguard. If you help 3 people go Vanguard, you'll be Vanguard Pro. If you help 3 people go Vanguard Pro, you will be Nexus. If you help 3 people go Nexus, you'll be Oracle. 3 Oracles. So the number 3 is a big, big player in our business here. So what you want to do is you want to aim for Voyager and write this down. Voyager happened on the 15th of November. So you go to the 15th of November in your diary, which you don't have yet, but you should have. Get the diary, even though the year's over. Get it. If you're going to make 40,000 between now and Christmas, get the diary. It's only $10. And start writing in these dates. 15th, I went Voyager, right? Pre-date, have it in the diary as though it's done, but tell yourself it happened on the 15th. You're not aiming for it. You're not going for it. You're already there. It happened on the 15th of November, right? I am Voyager. Even though you're only Nova, I'm Voyager. And it happened on the 15th of November. So we're waiting for time to catch up. All you need is a bit of volume and you're Voyager. And keep doing that. And then say, okay, I want by, let's say by the end of the month, I want to be Vanguard. So what date are we? With the 9th. So 9th, yeah, you've got 21 days, 3 weeks. You've got 3 weeks to go Vanguard. That's pretty easy. Pretty easy if you do the right things, if you get busy enough, if you put all this stuff into practice, if you go serious, if you do 5 hours a day, whatever it takes, just do it. And each rank comes with a bonus. So you want to be Vanguard by the end of the month, all being well, right? And you want to be Dubai qualified by the 10th of December. So why the 10th of December? Because the promotion ends on the 15th of December. So you've still got 5 days. You want to do it 5 days before the final date. In case there's a cutoff, in case there's something changed, in case a customer you thought was coming on doesn't come on, or something, bank wire doesn't come through. So always just slightly err on this, move it a little bit closer to the date. And then if you get to the 10th of December and you go, oh, sugar, I'm only 3,000 short, or I'm only 2,500 short, you've still 5 days to complete it. So put that in the diary. You're Dubai qualified, So these are important things to do, and do it in the present tense. I'm using the XI, I'm using the Pro, and I'm using the Zeus. Start getting familiar with the products, but do that by the end of the month. You don't need all the products going now, but by the end of the month, you want to be trying all the products. And then you ordered your Visa card. Well, you don't need it now because money. You haven't made money yet. So maybe by the end of the next month, or the end of the year, probably by the end of November, you should be thinking about your card, because you have money to put on the card because you're starting to use it. So these are the things. And then you become a product of the product. I'm a product of the product because I've used the bots. I've tried the card. I use it all the time. These are important. This is what my son got this. He did 66,000 frontline. He got this, whatever that is, MacBook Pro. He did 66,000 of business frontline. He went to that, my other son on the video there, he put in 5,000, and he went to his sister, my other daughter, and she put in 2,500, and her boyfriend put in 5,000, and his boss at work paid, I don't know, he put in 5,000, and his parents put in 5,000. He's done about $280,000 of business, my son, 280,000 without me. That's the truth. But he just does it himself. They're at it all the time, and he's got the volume for Oracle. I think you only need 250,000. We need to ask the Dr. Money, the expert. It's 250,000 in my head, but he's got more than that. But he's not Oracle because he's missing a rank, and we'll take a quick look at that. Uh, Brian Benson, you should be listening to him all the time to hear what he says, to get familiar with his accent, familiar with his voice, familiar with his style. Let's listen to this.
I think if I have to sum it up in one word, it's ecosystem. At Aurum, we're building an ecosystem, and we're really trying to focus on getting this thing to a unicorn status. And what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 millionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be $1 billion business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that. And we're well on our way to that. So
there you go. Building an ecosystem. You can see that every so often there's new additions, new products, new things adding the exchange, building that ecosystem. That's what he says. He wants to create 1,000 millionaires. He already did it at Binance. Okay. Do you believe that's possible? Yeah, I reckon my introducers already made $1 million. I know it's within reach for all of us if we roll our sleeves up and go to work. And he wants to create 1,000 millionaires and $1 billion business. So this is the visionary leadership you need to absorb. That you're following this visionary leader. It's a bit like the Alex Ferguson, the manager of Man United. You know, he was a visionary manager and leader, and he guided those boys to play better football. He built that team. Like that's what people follow. Bill Gates, and Elon Musk. These are visionary leaders. 1,000 millionaires is a great strap line. I want to create 1,000 millionaires. How good would that be? Well, guys, if 900 of them are in my team, I'm happy. I'm happy. And if I can help you be one of those, let's go to work. Let's roll our sleeves up. Let's do twice of what we're doing. Do twice of what you're doing. The good news and the bad news is lots of customers are joining and not funding their accounts. Lots of customers are joining because they love it. Oh, amen. Yes, get me signed up. And the problem is not that they don't want to go any further. The problem is they don't know how to fund. They don't know how to get USDT. So we're going to have to figure out for yourself what to use, what systems will get that stuff moving, guys. But here's the good news: all of those people that do have an account are making money every single day. That's the good news. So when you tell somebody, "Hey, you registered 3 weeks ago and you're still not on," I want to tell you my other 4 customers have made money every single day. You're missing that every single day, and put a little bit of emphasis to get them over the line, because we could be doubling our numbers because we've lots of customers registered and not on. So let's think about the good and bad news. The comp plan is easy, guys. This is the same as Binance. Now think about this. Brian Benson said we had an affiliate program in Binance, so that's why he permitted this. This program was not set up for retail like what we're doing here. This was set up for the wealthy people, the venture capitalists. They raised $12 million. I don't know if you know that. Aurum raised $12 million at the beginning, and it got them a valuation of $100 million. Do you know that? So read it in Forbes. $100 million valuation, but they raised $12 million to get this baby off the ground, and it was only for rich people and high wealth individuals. They were not going to do this direct sales, this affiliate marketing thing, until they were hounded to do it, because they were told, if we introduce the network, we're going to get thousands of customers, thousands of token holders. And once the exchange is there, that's what's important. Lots of users, lots of turnover, lots of revenue. When they drop in the Aurum token might be a year away or 2 years away. It doesn't matter. But whenever that comes, can you imagine BNB went from 8 cents to $1,000 and more? Imagine the Aurum token, 50 cents, went to $500, 5,000, $100. You just don't know. Now that's futuring. That's coming in the future. We don't need to think about that now. Don't be buying that token now. Wait on the white paper. There is a white paper. Wait on the full release. That'll all come in time. We'll get the announcements. But why am I saying that? Because Brian Benson had an affiliate program at Binance, and he did not want to do network marketing here because he didn't understand it. So he said at Binance in South America, they were getting $5 for every customer they signed on to Binance. $5, $5, $5, $5. But it didn't go down in depth. So here it's the same thing. It's not $5, it's 3%. So if somebody put $100 into Aurum to trade, you're getting $3. It's less than Binance. So Binance are paying $5. These guys are paying $3. 3% of $100 is $3. So Binance was paying more. But over here, the difference is if this customer puts in $1,000, you're getting 30. If they put in 10,000, you're getting 300. Binance didn't do that. So this first line is the same as Binance. It's a one tier. You don't get paid any depth. You don't even get paid. Look over here, blank. No profit on profit. You have to get the pay rise. The pay rise is Voyager. You need 7,500 in total team trading sales to get the promotion. The promotion does three things. You get 5% instead of 3%, so that's the pay rise. You get all of your money back. Imagine that. Somebody put in $100 in this example. They hit the first rank and they get their 100 back. Wow, no risk, fantastic. Wow, my money back. And now you get 5% every day. But this 5% is coming on Bitcoin. If you have $100 trading and you've no Bitcoin, but one of your customers puts in Bitcoin, you get paid 5% every day in Bitcoin. If one of their customers puts in Ethereum, you don't have any Ethereum, you get 5% in Ethereum. You can build a portfolio of tokens and coins here by starting to build a community. I think everybody on the call, you need to be Voyager by the 15th of November. By the 15th of November. No excuse. It's only 7,500. And don't think that's a big number. That's a very, very small number. I've done $11 million in sales. 11 million. So 7,500 is very small. Believe in it. Believe you can do it. Do it. Do 1,000 tomorrow, 1,000 the next day. If you do 1,000 a day, in 7 days, you have 7,000. Do it. Get it done by the 15th. And then push for the next one. Help 3 people do what you did. And that should put you very close to Vanguard. And all of a sudden, the business starts to grow. If 3 people went Vanguard, that's 75,000 in sales in your team. You didn't do it. You helped 3 people go Vanguard. That's 75,000. It's more than what you need to be Vanguard Pro. If you help 3 people go Vanguard Pro, that's more than what you need. 360s is 180,000. You only need 125 to go Nexus. 3 people doing 125 is 375. You only need 250 to go Oracle. Incredible. And start getting these bonuses and focus. Put it in the diary. By the end of November, if you're Oracle, you're getting paid on stage or recognized on stage in the shareholder bonus. Now, you'll probably get recognized on stage for going Oracle anyway, but to get the shareholder bonus, that finishes on the 30th of November. Those qualified in November, you get December, January, you get the payment. Okay, now, of course, if you qualify in December, that's all right. You get paid in the next one, because it's a 3-month thing. But the 30th of November is the cutoff for the Oracle payments. So anybody who's Oracle by the 30th of November is going to get the next shareholder bonus. Does that make sense? But keep working towards that, Oracle. And off you go. Brian wants to create 1,000 millionaires. All you need to go is do Dominion. Now, here's what's interesting. I found it took me 6 months to do Mythos. 6 months to hit this Mythos. I needed 6,250,000 in sales. When you start there and you think 6 million, I could never do that. That's right. You could never do that. Neither could I. But I didn't do it. We did it. We all did it. It's everybody doing a little that gets you here. And all you do is you focus on this, the building block of the business. Help somebody do 7,500. If you help 3 people do that, you're there. The same 3 people can take you the whole way to the top of the plan. Now, what I find interesting, back to that, it took me 6 months to hit Mythos. 6 months. And as soon as I hit Mythos, out came the $100,000. That was on my birthday on the 30th of September. And this reset to another 6 million. And I went, oh my goodness. I have to do another 6 million to go legend. Oh my goodness. Is that going to be another 6 months before I hit this next bonus of 150? Well, sensationally, I'm going to do it in 6 weeks. What I did in 6 months, we're going to do in 6 weeks now. The hockey stick, the momentum is growing because of the pressure I'm putting on my business. 5 Zooms a day, 5 Zooms a day. In the old days, I used to do a meeting on a Monday night. Next week, meeting on Monday night in the hotel. And next week, meeting in the Monday night. And next week, meeting. So in a month, I did 4 meetings. 4 hours. But in a day, I'm doing 5. I'm doing more in one day than I did in a month in the past. And it's that replication, a constant building, that constant action, that commitment. That's why Usain Bolt got all those medals. It was that constant belief, that constant pressure, that constant move, constant training, constant. And once that goes, off it goes. So I'm hoping this week I hit the legend bonus, because on the 30th, just on the 30th of September, I hit that one. So it's another 6 million. So this 12.5 million is total. So I've already done 6 million to hit the first rank. So I've only 6 million more to do. Only 6 million more to do. But I'm doing $1 million a week in sales. The team is doing $1 million a week in sales. And then I can calculate, well, Dominion, I would love to do Dominion by my anniversary. So I started on the 10th of April. Imagine hitting Dominion in 12 months for $500,000 bonus. Wouldn't that be sensational? So these are not lofty goals. These are, and you might say, well, it's okay for you. No, it's not okay for me. 5 hours a day. Yeah. But my guests are seeing my presentation the way your guests are seeing my presentation. So they're getting the same information. So it's no different for you as it is for me. In fact, I'm doing the work and not you. So you bring them to me to let me to do the work, and your business will grow the same as mine, because mine's the same as yours. It's the same information, same presentation, same training, same Ahmed Zen, same Brian Benson, same product. I don't get any different products. Same 24 hours a day, same plan. Everything's the same. So we're all equal. So if I can do it, you can do it. We can do it. All right. So that's a little bit of how the plan works. In addition to the volume requirement, there's structure requirement. But here's the good news. Starting on the 1st of January, 10% of the total trading volume in your network on the Zeus bot is going to be added to your volume. Imagine that. I have one guy put in 300,000. That's going to be 30,000 of volume from that one customer. He put in 300 grand in, the Bitcoin bot, the 2.75. So that one customer is 30,000 volume, just added 10%, So this is great coming up in January. So you need to start building that now, getting the customer base growing. To go Nova, there are no conditions. To go Voyager, no conditions. To go Vanguard, no conditions. So for the first 3 ranks, you can build it with one leg, one person. One person, you can build the first 3. But when you get to the second, get to the Vanguard Pro, you need 2 legs. So you need one person with the Nova, a new person, and you need one person to reach the Vanguard rank. Okay, so for the first 3 ranks, you can build it with one leg. But by the time you get to Vanguard Pro, you have to have 2 legs. It's only 2 people. And one of them has to be Vanguard. Now, it doesn't need to be your person that you introduced. It could be somebody they introduced, who introduced somebody on your 4th level. They could be the rock star. Or it could be somebody in your 10th level. It could be the rock star. It doesn't matter. So it's a Vanguard that you need, but not necessarily you have to introduce these people yourself. So you need 2 legs operating to go Pro. To go Nexus, you still only need 2 legs. But on both of those legs, somewhere in depth, there's got to be a Vanguard. Maybe it is the person you introduced, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's somebody way down there. So you work and work and work and work to build those Vanguards. That gets you Nexus. To go Oracle, you only need 2 legs. Isn't this simple? You just need 2 people. Build it out, but both of those legs somewhere has to have a Vanguard Pro on it. Now, to go Prime, you need 3 legs. You have to introduce your 3rd person by the time you go to Prime. Okay? So you need 2 legs with Nexuses and 1 with Vanguard. All right? And then for Elite, you only need 3. Magnet, you only need 3. I'm Mythos at the minute. I still only need 3. I will be Legend next week. Actually, I am Legend. Yeah. You have to say it in the present tense. I'm already Legend. I'm just waiting for the time to catch up. I'm just waiting for the volume to catch up. So say it in the present tense. I am Legend. Yeah. There's a song called I Am Legend. Have you heard it? I am Legend. Is that it? No, that's Giant. I am Giant. That's I Am Giant. Okay, there is a legendary song. I know that. I'll have to get that one. Anyway, and then you still only need 3 people, and you only need 3 people to go Dominion, and you still only need 3 lines to go to the top of the plan. Remember, you start getting these bonuses once you hit Voyager on the trading bonuses. So Novas don't get this bonus. You had to hit that first rank to get paid every day on the profits. The card, I'm not going to cover it tonight. We've overcooked the medicine tonight. Just to say that when every card is issued, there's a commission goes out. And when every card is topped up, there's a commission goes out. So you can get spent on all the customers when they go grocery shopping, when they buy coffee, when they shop online, when they withdraw from the ATM machine. As customers are using these cards, you can make money, guys. You can make money. So it's a lovely, lovely compensation plan. I'll give you an example. If somebody puts $1,000 on the card, there's a 2.2% fee, which is $22. That $22 stays with us. And depending on your rank, you get 35% if you're new, 79% if you're rank 8, rank 5 gets 70%. So you get 70% of the loading fee if one of your customers loads a card, and one of their customers, and one of their customers. Really, really, really good. $22. Why have I this circled? Because you get the notification. It says here, I'm receiving 76%. So when I introduced my wife, I was rank 8, and she got a card. So I got 79% of the $22 fee. So she put on $1,000. It cost her $22. I got 79% of that because I was rank 8 when that happened. I think I'm rank 10 now, but I was rank 8 when this happened. So you can get paid as people order these cards, and when they top it up, you get 79% of the 2.2%. So that's pretty cool. If you find 3 people in November, who found 3 in December, who found 3 in January, and if everybody only found 3 people that wanted a card, we get paid unlimited levels, guys. This is not 7 levels or 6 levels or 10 levels. This is unlimited levels of volume. I'm only going to take it 6 levels. But remember, this goes forever. So if you only find 3 customers in November that wanted a card, and those 3 customers found 3 in December, and they found 3 in January, so you find 3 customers in a whole month. If everybody only found 3 customers in a whole month, you would have 1,100 customers. I've wiped out 10% of them because they're silly customers. They're customers that buy a card and never top it up. They're customers that, oh, it didn't work for me. They're customers that shouldn't be in the pre-build, in the pioneering stage. They should come next year when it's nice and smooth and everything's operating. So let's say you had 1,000 people in your team with a card, and let's say people put $1,000 a month on the card to go shopping, like $250 a week to buy their groceries and their coffee and all the stuff they need to buy. $1,000 a month. So if you had 1,000 customers spending $1,000 a month on these cards, that's $1 million business you have. Now, here's the question. How many of the customers did you introduce? Only 3. And you've got $1 million business. How long did it take you building your $1 million business? November, December, January, February, 6 months. And 6 months from now, you've got $1 million going through your business, $1 million turnover every month, putting 1,000 on the card to go shopping. You get 2.2% of that goes to the network. That's what? 22,000. How much of the 22,000 do you get? Well, how much does the 7029 get? They get nothing. Those guys get nothing out of that. Do you understand that? Because they just joined. They didn't bring any customers. So you only get it when you bring a customer. But these 243 people get paid 35% because they brought most of those customers. So they're getting 35% of this 22,000. But if between now and this happens, if you can rank up 1, 2, 3 to 5 ranks, yeah. So we've got Nova. You've done that already. Voyager, Vanguard, Vanguard Pro, Nexus. Don Chi went Nexus today, right? Even at Nexus, you get 70% of the loading fee and 70% of the issue fee. When somebody gets a card, there's $150 go out. You get 70% of $150. You get 70% of the 22,000. But of course, you didn't bring the 1,000 customers. You only brought 3. But as an upline Nexus, you get paid the difference between 35 and 70. So you get 35% as well. These 243 people get 35% because they brought them. They get 35%. But you're Nexus at this stage. So you get 35%. You get the difference between 35 and 70. So it's a hypothetical model. But by finding 3 customers and teaching everybody to do the same, you could make yourself $7,500 a month when people go shopping. No Brian Benson, no robots. This is a product like the liquidity product. Everybody knows how to use a card. No education required. Incredible, guys. $7,500 a month for teaching 3 customers to find 3 to find 3. Of course, it doesn't stop there. It grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. But I just stopped it there to do a hypothetical business model. I hope you like it. Now, that's our presentation over for tonight. We've already talked about the shareholder bonus. My wife was Magnet, so she got $3,000, $3,200 in the last bonus. I was Mythos, so I got $4,000. So we got $8,000 between us. $8,000 between us from that bonus. So it's very worthwhile shooting for those bonuses, guys. And don't forget, we need to get to Dubai. We want to have a bit of fun over there. It's not for everybody, but it's the official launch of the company. I hope you all join us. I hope you roll your sleeves up and go to work. I hope you treat the business like a $200,000 business, not a $20 business. I hope you take on board. I hope you find one thing that I said tonight that will help you change your business and make a difference in your life and the life of others. I hope you got some value. I'm sorry for going on too long tonight, but it is what it is. And I hope you found a benefit there. So thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you at the start of the week. Remember, same link as tonight, same time as starting tonight. We do our presentations Monday to Thursday, and then we do training next Sunday. Have a nice rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.
You broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you.
Hi, Andrea. That was amazing. It is amazing. Huh? Yeah, I did. I was on the Planet earlier, which again was amazing.
Like
You
it's
shut me up,
getting
yeah.
hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying.